do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. Mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. Yeah, I'll be over at 10, you tell me time and again, but you're late. I wait around and then I went to the door, I can't take anymore. It's not you, you let me down again. Baby, baby, I try to find a little time, and I'll make you happy. Yeah, I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up? Buttercup, baby, just to let me down. You mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call, baby, when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. To you I'm a toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you're untrue, I'm addicted to you evermore. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, I try to find a little time, and I'll make you happy. Yeah, I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone
Waiting for you.
Why do you build me up, buttercup,
Baby. Hey, welcome into Halos in the Infield postgame show. It's not exactly the postgame show, but it might as well be, because the Angels have let the floodgates wide open, and Houston Astros take advantage, of course, because that's all they do is rape us all year. No lube, no support whatsoever. Houston just goes in for the kill, and we just bend over and take it every single game. Why even go to these $3 games as the Angels get raped again? And the game's not over, but we're going to do the post-game show early while they put up a 1-2-3 bottom of the 12th inning or whatever it is. The Angels had plenty of opportunities to win this game, but knowing that song that we've attributed to the Angels blowing leads all year, 36 or 37 of them so far going into this game, we now know that we have played the Buttercup song way too much this year. And that's only in 3 months of playing this post-game show here live on the network. So that's really, really... Well, hold on. Randy just said Angels need a rape whistle. You damn little Irish guy. That is hilarious. Angels need a rape whistle. What's up with a Hawks hat? Is it football season? Yes, it is! When we got Minnesota this week. Anyway, I had a few things to get into before I get into the comments. I will read all the comments like we always do. I got some merchandise to show you that came in that I got here. I want to show you real quick. You got to check out some of these good shirts. It's one thing to see them on the website. It's one thing to see them up close and personal. This is the Halos of the Infield. What do you call it? Sunset Edition. I don't know if it's coming off that good. You got that shirt. You got an Anaheim. This one came out, and this is all by Randy, too. Randy came up with some great freaking designs. There's another one right there, the Anaheim logo and everything. That's pretty cool. I got a blue version of that one, too. Just want to show these off here because these are pretty damn cool stuff. You can find this all his designs for the page and everything else on redbubble.com. Just type in Halos in the Infield. And this one, I think, is the one that I think everyone's going to be into. Or I think they should. Hold on. I keep hitting the freaking mic. This is the Sell the Damn Team Artie. That is the best one right there. That is the shirt that I'm very fond of. And then obviously you have the logo one for Halos in the Infield. So a lot of cool shirts that came in. I forgot to throw on my Angels hat too, by the way. But anyway, let's get into some of the stuff that's going on with this team. I'm going to get into all the comments here. But first, I want to show you something because I put up earlier in the day on the page about Paul Sorrento and Jeremy Reed being terrible hitting coaches. And why, I asked myself, why would the Angels, what possessed the Angels to sign these guys? What possessed the Angels to say, you know what, Jeremy Reed was such a great hitter that, you know what, I'm gonna make sure not an established guy like Rod Carew, like the Angels had back in the day as a hitting coach, none of these like Mickey Hatcher, none of these guys who were borderline or Hall of Fame hitters in their day, Paul Molitor, Gary Carter, guys like that who were hitting coaches on other teams. Let's not get a guy like that. Let's get a guy, because those guys can teach the right regimen, the right eating habits, the right batting stances, can tweak guys' mentality or give them a mindset of how great they were, pass some of their knowledge off to the young players. So let's look at what kind of hitter Jeremy Reed was. I'm looking up on baseballreference.com. He played from the years of 2004 to 2011, all of which almost was his entire career was almost with all with Seattle, and then he spent a couple cups of coffee with New York, Toronto, and Milwaukee. The most games he played in a season was 141 at his age 24 years old. Those were his highest stats. His highest batting average was 254. This is Pokemon Gold guy. His highest batting average was 254, and he had, a whopping 3 home runs and 45 RBIs in 544 plate appearances. After that, it went down to 229 plate appearances, 312 with his last year in Seattle, where his batting average was 239. New York Mets, he was 242 and 143. And then he was booted out of the league at age 30. He didn't last past 30. He only had 7 at-bats, and that was the end of his career. And the Angels are like, hey, all that knowledge, we got to have that fucker on this team. And that's when they got him as a freaking, what is it called? A hitting instructor for the Angels, right? So if you're not impressed with Jeremy Reed's numbers, let's look at Paul Sorrento. Again, you could have hired so many other former players. Hell, I would have took Rafael Palmeiro and all his steroids because he was, until he got into that steroid situation, he was a borderline Hall of Famer. You had Juan Gonzalez. You have all these other players who've come through and played great on all teams in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. You could have got as a hitting instructor to help this team be better than what they are right now, which is shit. But no, we hired Paul Sorrento, and we've had him since last couple years of Mike Scioscia. And lo and behold, the hitting was starting to get shitty back then. So what was Paul Sorrento's number as a major league hitter in this league? He played from the years of 1989 to 1999. So he only played 10 years from the ages of 23 to 33. He played with Minnesota, Cleveland, Seattle, and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays as they were known at the time. His first 4 seasons in the league, he barely got any plate appearances. Only 135 was his max. He then started to get all kinds of crazy plate appearances with Cleveland in the 4 years that he was there. His best season, however, came in back-to-back seasons with Seattle and with Cleveland, where he had 25 home runs, 79 RBIs with Cleveland in 1995, and then in 1996 in Seattle, he was 25 home runs, 93 RBIs. Now, let's just look at his numbers. 25 home runs, 93 RBIs. What was his batting average? Let's look at his batting average when he was in Seattle that year. It was 289. That was his best average ever. For the most part, he averaged 257. Who bats 257 on the Angels and gets some of the only instructions from the hitting coaches? Oh, that would be Shohei Ohtani's batting about 257. And he almost has the same amount of strikeouts as Shohei Ohtani. It's almost as if he's teaching him his shitty plate appearances and how he approached the things. Paul Sorrento sucks. I mean, look, if I want someone to teach me how to sit on my fat ass and eat food, I'll go to Paul Sorrento because he's an all-star at that. But if I want someone to teach me how to hit, I'll go to a former major league player who was maybe close to a triple crown type hitter or went to multiple all-star games. Sorrento never went to an all-star game. Jeremy Reed never went to an all-star game. We have had Chili Davis. We've had several guys from the 02 season who could have stepped in here and been great mentors to all these young hitters. We could use Mike Trout as an interim, mentor. But no, we're sticking with these two morons. Pokemon Go guy and Helmet Nacho guy. That's what we got. So tonight, some may say, oh, well, they scored 5 runs tonight on 9 hits. Big fucking whoop-de-doo, man. They're still going to lose the game because they couldn't score when they had an opportunity to put the game away or hold a lead. So if they're not scoring, they can't hold a lead. And we'll go through the stats on this game real quick as we look at what they did tonight. Brandon Marsh went a spectacular 1 for 4 with a walk. He got a run. Jeremy Mayfield said, look, I'm only going to bat you 200. So he had 3 RBIs tonight on 1 big hit out of 5. Shohei Ohtani had one official plate appearance, but had 4 walks. He's batting 256. Goslin he got a run tonight. He went 2 for 5. Let's go down the list right here. Stassi went 0 for 3. He continues to suck. Fletcher went 0 for 1, 271. Kurt Suzuki got in there as a pinch runner. Or no, he got in there right now, defensive replacement. Again, Rojas is making the best of his opportunities. He went 0 for 4 last night. He went 0 for 3 tonight. Lagares went 0 for 1 again. He can't get over 233. Renifo actually is starting to get to 200. He's 2 for 5. He's at 199. Wong had 1 for 3. The pitchers... We'll go down the list right here. Junk gave you 4 innings on 58 pitches. And again, Joe Madden will not allow a young pitcher to pitch himself out of a situation or pitch more than a certain amount of pitches. Why are you babying these guys when this is their time to shine in September when the season is long lost? Why are you continuing to baby these guys? 4 innings pitched, only 58 pitches thrown, and you yank him. That's stupid. Myers comes in for an inning. You just turn it into a bullpen game and waste your bullpen again. Myers with an inning pitch. Kueheda with an inning pitch. Harrigot with an inning pitched. Cishek blew the game in the 8th inning. He pitched an inning, gave up 2 runs. Iglesias pitched a scoreless inning. Wantz did good in 2 innings pitched. Selman sucked ass, went 2/3, gave up 3 runs. And Marte did Marte things. He actually got an out. But the Angels just surrendered 4 runs, and right now they are in the bottom of the 12th inning. There is now 1 out with a runner at second, Colton Wong, as Marsh flied out. So that's where we're at right now. The game's still going on. We're going to get to some of the comments. And by the way, Joe Madden came out and made a statement and said things are unacceptable for the Angels, and there should be changes, and he looks for big things to come from the roster. It's like, well, dipshit, you helped this team suck this year by all your bullpen moves, by your pitching moves, by your lineups that were terrible, by not keeping your coaches in check, or maybe you not caring to take batting practice. You rather hit the cages. You've been a terrible manager this year. I was behind you in getting that 3rd year and saying, hey, you know what? Injuries are injuries. That just sucked. We'll have to hit the reset button for next year. No, I'm all on I want a new coaching staff. I'm for it now. You've changed my mind, Joe, and for the worst. Let's get into Randy Yaz. He checks in right here, too. He also says, Reed sucks. David Eckstein for hitting coach. GA would make a great bench coach. I agree with both those guys right there. I don't think Joe trusts young pitchers, which is why he made the statement. Well, you know what, dude? That's your problem then for injuring most of your guys or believing in a stupid staff that you have. Keeve says, you know what to do right there. The buttercup, fire Joe Madden immediately. Grillmaster, I'm with you. Let's see. Vince Jr. says, laugh my ass off. Solar says, a new profile pic. You like it? Yes, I do. It's pretty tight. Let's see. Trade everyone. Nick27 says. Louis says, Joe. And then Mateo says, oh, shit. Fuck this shit. And then who blew the game today? Vince Jr. says, LOL. And then everyone's replying Selman, Cichet, and Selman. Mateo says this game just isn't on Joe. We missed chances offensively, but the remaining games have been on Joe. Keith says, can't make this shit up at this point. You can't, and you can't beat the freaking Astros. They freaking own us. It's just terrible. Let's see. Grillmaster's going off on Joe Madden right there. Let's see. Selman, yeah, they're saying Otani is too slow as well. I don't agree with that. At Grillmaster, you can't talk about the manager. See, fucking facts at Grillmaster. Some people are with him right there. Joe needs to leave. I'm with you right there. And Lewis. And Grillmaster says, bases loaded, nobody out in the 10th inning. I said we weren't going to score, and look what happened. And look, yeah, bases loaded, and you can't score in that situation. Nobody's going situational in there. They're not trying to hit the ball to the opposite field, not trying to get a sacrifice. That's the least you can do. And the Angels just sit on their ass and hit it, get a fielder's choice at the plate, and then also hit into a double play. Let's see. And then let's see. Mate says, hi, Todd. How you doing, Mate? I hope you're feeling good. Let's see. Mateo's pissed off about yeah, well, you know, I'm with you right there, Mateo. When he's going back and forth at Grillmaster because he's pissed off of what he says. Going to hell and saying players are dying are inexcusable. I'm not on that bandwagon either, dude. You can't say stuff like that. Let's see. Just fucking everything. Heath is pissed off with the whole team. The dam has broken right there, and that's true. The 4 runs coming in. No lube right there. There is no lube for this. I mean, they took this one right in the keister. And there you have it. Shohei Ohtani strikes out, and that ends the game in another pathetic performance. Angels lose to the Astros again. The Astros are now 91-61, a full 40 games over 500, while the Angels sink to 72-80 at the same freaking time. So there you go right there. And Drizzle says the whole game was so pathetic. Laughed my ass off. I can't believe they sent Ohtani at the bottom of the 10th. What the fuck? And then Joe Madden did it tonight. Listen, 3 righties coming up against us, and he went with a lefty Selman. And I'm telling you, he makes these decisions in the bullpen that just get you scratching their head. And when the Cubs fans were telling us and warning us before he came here saying, hey, look, Joe Madden can keep a team together. He can motivate a team. He's very smart in a lot of things, but in the bullpen, he's not so much. And handling that pitching staff, not so much. And it seems like that obvious. It's been that obvious with the bullpen all year, but it's also trickled into the hitting, the lineups, and the way that they approach things. And how I went down the line with Paul Sereno and Jeremy Reed being suck-ass players, for some reason getting a job as freaking hitting instructors makes no sense. Why are they still here experimenting? Like, seriously, I will grow hair and pull it out if they are on the staff next year. They need to be fired. They are terrible. When is the last time you've heard any Angel player say, you know what, I owe my swing to Paul Sereno, or I'm better because of Jeremy Reed? No one said shit about that. And tell me this as an Angels fan. You have seen other, was it pregame shows, other Angels shows or interviews during the game where, you know, when we had legitimate hitting instructors, they were actually being interviewed, or other players were complimenting them about things, how the way the team's hitting better because of said player or or coach. That does not happen with these two idiots. If you tell the just a casual Angel fan or ask them, who are our hitting coaches? No one knows it because they're not prevalent. They're not relevant. They're irrelevant. Again, Jeremy Reed is chasing Pokemon all around the stadium and the parking lot. Paul Sereno's eating from every food establishment in the stadium multiple times. That's all they're good for. You don't have a real hitting coach, and it shows why these guys are free swingers. They don't give a shit. And when people say, oh, they hit 2 home runs last night, Ohtani's blast, and look at what Mayfield did. That dude, they're going to hit a home run every now and then. They're still professional hitters. But when you have bad approaches, if you had good approaches and good teaching and good coaching, you'd hit multiple home runs. You'd be hitting doubles. You'd be walking, stealing, doing the things to win. That Houston and every other team that comes into Anaheim Stadium and kicks our ass does. We don't do that. We don't. It's just, hey, go up there and swing. Don't bother me. I'm trying to find a Pokemon. That's what they tell them. It's terrible. Buttercup, Thomas says, and I totally agree. It is the buttercup of all buttercups. Wong has been a little shitty all around. Yeah, he has. See, Isaiah's World says, I didn't watch the game, so who blew it? It was Selman again. And then Grillmaster's getting all pissed off right now about Paul Sorrento and Jeremy Reed. Hell yeah, with the Halos in the infield. Solar Ghost says right there. There you go. Grillmaster says this team can't simply win. Let's see. TFMK says Seahawks are trash. Thank you so much, even though we're going to whoop some ass this weekend. Randy rocks. Yes, he does. He came out with some really good stuff right there. Solar says Cap. Says, wait, how did Houston score? Was there a grand slam? No, they scored a lot of runs the way they always do, just a lot of hits and doing things the right way, going the other way, hitting doubles, having good at bats. 2001 hits. Yeah, that was true, man. Back in the day, 2001, this team could hit. 2002 as well. Let's see. Vince Jr. says, oof. Let's see. Grillmasters is pissed off. He's mad at they're going back and forth here. Let's see. At Grillmaster, that's a bad coach. My team lost games like that. My coaches were like, it's okay, guys. Well played game. We will get it next time. That's true. Dude, I went last night. It sucked. No life in the park. Jeff, what do you expect, man? There is no life in that park. $3 tickets for everybody, and no one gives a shit because there's nothing to watch on the field. Randy says, Joe must know this is going to be his last job. He's going out just chilling. He don't give a fuck. And then let's see, Rally Chris says, Angels did something right in half of the game of the number 10 in the draft pick behind the Rockies since they beat the Dodgers tonight. GA for hitting coach, Yvette says, I'm right there with you right there. All they deserve is slander, benching, and talking to. Let's see, and Drizzle says, that's exactly what I want to know. What about Reed and Sorrento do the Angels see? I have no idea, and that bothers me so much. I read you their stats. That is nothing to qualify if I'm an owner or a president, team president, or even a general manager, me hiring you. You did nothing in your career. Maybe one good year for Sorrento. Reed never did anything. How are they instructors? How have they proven themselves? What did they do in the minors? I never heard them do anything in the minors. So why the hell are they on a major league roster? And Drizzle says they never did shit. Mr. 982 ERA. Let's see. Say I'm bad, but I have zero tolerance for this team. We all know that. Vince Jr. says, laugh my ass off, still on the top of the 12. That was earlier. Let's see. Grillmaster, I have tolerance for this. I am a coach, you know. And then Angelo says, that's ridiculous. Why would they hire guys like that? The Angels are so fucking broken, man, from inside and out. And it all comes down from the top, and that's Artie Moreno. Bartolo says hometown buffet Sorrento. That fool probably lived there, right? That fool could freaking eat, man. God damn, that fool can just chew on some stuff. Pause. 6-5, no outs, bases loaded. That was Marty talking about the top of the 12th. It was when Houston grabbed 4 runs. To be honest, I miss Mike. He got us to the World Series in the playoffs in 2014. Solar says, yeah, look, he was good for the team, but his problem was he'd still be here if he would have jumped on the analytics, and he didn't jump on the analytics, and he set this team back a couple years by not jumping on the analytics when we had Dipoto, and he caused that divorce right there in the front office, and then we saw the real Socia as the Angels played out the 16-17 year, or was it 17-18 when they were bad, and then Osmus took over. Yeah, I think Osmus took over in 18. Let's see. Grillmaster says, took you, long enough to lose in that inning. There you go. Let's see, go down here right now. That's why you don't score. Isaiah says, I feel like bad for Ohtani, man. He's looking at our team and probably saying, why the fuck did I choose this team? He said that, I think, in July, and then in August and September, he's like, I'm going for the record. He doesn't even care no more. And it's showing in his bats. He's pulling everything. He's not hitting the ball to left field. We say it night in and night out, and it's just terrible. Solar says also, holy shit, the Angels are fucking dog shit. Jeff says, bring on Jack Howell, Carney Lansford. They would be better. Absolutely. Look, Jack Howell was a pinch hitter extraordinaire, got a few years as a regular with the Angels, and he was a great hitter. I mean, he hit one of the most spectacular home runs I've ever seen, a broken bat home run in Yankee Stadium. And he's done a lot of good. He did a lot of good things with the Angels. He was a bit of an obscure player to the casual fan now, but he knew what he was doing. Even a Wally Joyner type guy bring in here. He was a hitting coach for the San Diego Padres, for the Kansas City Royals. Guys like that I trust. The guys they have now, no. Mateo also says Astros are scared because they walked Ohtani 4 times. Yeah, but you know what? If that's the only guy they got to walk, they did what they had to do. They got the W. This team just doesn't do it. Monty says 8-5. She was mad right there when they were scoring runs. Mike Trout for hitting coach after he retires. Absolutely, Mateo. But he'll never take that job because he's a family man. He'll be around for his family other than that. Let's see. This is getting into the one right here. Everybody sucks DFA. Grillmaster, that's something he said all year. Why is Grillmaster DFAing the Rockies or the rookies? Does he not understand they won't be good in the first year? I don't know. Marty already turned the TV off. That was before the game ended. Stassi has some tools, just needs to be coached. There it is, Jeff. But we have no coach. Danny says no type of winning culture in this clubhouse, and it all starts with Artie Moreno. Bingo. He's just not the guy. He's not one of those owners that he can care less if he wins, is still making his billions. And dude, great take right there, Danny, because this team, when he bought it from the Angels, remember, he bought it for nickels and pennies on the dollar. He bought them for less than $200 million. The team is now worth almost $2.5 billion. Billion with a B. That's pretty damn crazy. Let's see. And Drizzle says young dudes are doing their thing and the staff is absolutely dog shit from everywhere. Yes, exactly. Jeff says, hell, bring Ricky Henderson. At least he would have some fire. Yeah, he would be. And talking third person. Vince Jr. says our stadium is so dead. It is. Grillmaster says so are the Angels. Let's see. The buttercup curse, that is the true right there at Grillmaster. It's okay to be pissed, but Marsh is good. At Grillmaster, he's not going to give any credit to anybody. Solar says yes, he's right there with you, right there. It's on both the manager and the offense. And then Mayfield is a stiff right there. And then Mateo says I'm very picky about my managers, guys. I have said that multiple times this year. Let's see, and then go down here. This game was way too long. It was. Yvette says, so let me get this straight. They get pitchers who have ERA over 4 and hitting coaches who hit barely over the Mendoza line. Seems about right. Exactly, Yvette. That's where the team is. Isaiah says, this team is depressing as shit. Haven't watched a game in a while. And here's the thing, too. When they were still playing like shit, they were still about 500. So it gets you scratching your head. The only problem is who do we replace Joe with? There are no good replacements out there. I'm sure there is. It's just finding the right guy that will fit the culture. Let's see. Randy says, I don't think a Grillmaster fully understands baseball. Failures are a huge part of the game. And it is true. You can't have a guy hitting 1,000. Even the best player in baseball gets out 70% of the time or a little bit less than 70% of the time. So it's a game of failure. It's more of an accomplishment when you do something good. Let's see. And obtain strikeouts. How wonderful. Ohtani is so pathetic. Oh, come on now. Come on. Let's see. Ohtani struck out. Laugh out loud. My losses on old man Madden. Let's see. Andrew says this team is exact mirror image of the type of coaches they have. Well said. Well said. Let's see. MVP is lost to Guerrero. That's for sure, Grillmaster. We lost because the old man Joe, Vince says. I agree right there. Mateo says, seriously, you need to stop saying guys got to go to hell and dying. I'm totally with you on that one, too. James checks in with this season's highlights should have a laughing track with it. Or we might just play some clown music behind it. Let's see. Let's move into here. Some more of these comments here. Make a trade for the Rays. Get Kevin Cash. Jeff says Kevin Cash is not a bad guy to get. Somebody use the sound effect of. Oh, come on. There's no sound effect for that. And if there is, you got to get rid of that. The Angels just seem to suck the life out of their players. We need an overhaul during the offseason, and it better be a great overhaul, Yesenia says. I'm with you right there. Yvette says, well, you know what? Artie sucks. That's true. Let's see. Grillmaster and them are still going back and forth. Isaiah says, we haven't had progress over the years. Same old Angels every fucking year. It's been, I think, since about 2016, it's been the same old Angels. They dropped off a little bit in 2015, but they were close. And then since then, they were just, dog, you know what, after that. Let's see. Let's go down here. And Joseph says, if anyone would want us to, if any of us would do our job as good as Reed and Sereno, we would be homeless. That is true, man. That is damn true. No one is benching Ohtani, Grillmasters, or at Grillmaster from Mateo. Vince says, waiting to see what the Madden's conference coming up here. Another stupid ass excuse. Let's see. This team needs to. Yeah, we get it. He needs to be deleted. Let's see. Let's go down here to some more comments here. Damn it! Why is my phone still screwing up? Hold on. Let's see. Paul Sereno and Reed are the two that need to go, not die. Grillmaster. Let's see. And then Jeff says, I think Tyler Flowers would be a great manager. I'm not too familiar with that dude. I have to look into that. How is it possible to be this bad? Well, Ofer on the homestand, the final homestand, James says. And then let's see. El Chavo or Chavo Taco here says dementia riddled man. He's referring to Madden. Either that or the president, one of the two. Yvette says, fire everyone except Jose Molina. Every time I go to games, he's the only one working with the catchers. Well, look at Butterfield too, Yvette. I like Butterfield too. There was a post by Ohtani Central here on Instagram where it was showing Ohtani giving some high fives and kind of doing some what is it called? Something funny in the dugout. Butterfield was right there laughing with him, putting his hand on his shoulder. They were talking baseball afterwards. And like you said, Jose Molina was right there doing the same thing. You couldn't find Paul Sereno in that dugout picture or Jeremy Reed. Like, where the fuck were they? And they definitely weren't in the dugout. Socha was too stubborn. Artie won't fire anyone. Osmus took over in 2019. Oh, that's right. Let's see. So it was 18 was his last year. Let's see. Grillmaster says Marsh sucks. Rojas sucks. Jeremy Mayfield sucks. Renifo is just is going to get arrested. This team is so pathetic. Trade Ohtani. There we go. Let's see. Ohtani is probably going to be a lifetime Angel. He probably will be. James says Bobby Grich. I do like that move as well. Yvette says, why is it that David Fletcher? What is it with David Fletcher hitting everything? No one's gotten to him, Yvette. No one's gotten to him and said, hey, you don't have to swing at a pitch 2 feet above your head. But it's just every single time. Every single time. There's nobody that goes to these hitters to help them adjust. Sign my change.org to extend the NFL season to 162 games. That's let's see, Efren checking in right there saying that the football needs to be extended, not baseball. Let's see, I guarantee you that if this team doesn't make the postseason, Trout will demand a trade. I think Trout will give this team 2 more years, and that's about it. Fletcher is probably sucking because he got into a fight with his wife. Oh, damn, Vince. Artie is Artie the man, the one-man party, Bartolo says. Artie sits in his chair, puffs a cigar, looks around and says, nah, this is good, and goes to have sex with his wife, Carol. I don't think he's having sex with his wife, Carol. She's not exactly a looker. He'll probably be having sex, but it won't be with Carol. He's a billionaire, remember, Grillmaster? Yvette says, let's hire Jeff Trout. He did make the GOAT. There you go. Don Hammond says, we just can't win with our lives depending on it really to say anymore. It's crazy. Todd, I don't know what we got to do. I'm right there with you, Don. This offseason is crucial because if nothing gets changed and we come back with the same coaching staff, the same mentality, it's just going to be a long-ass season again next year. As for a Jets fan, Randy says, hell no to 162-game NFL season. That's true right there. How is it that we have 72 wins, Solar says? Again, we're scratching our head. I understand that the best player gets out and there is a failure rate, but not like this. Well, it's still, Grillmaster, look, you have to understand. Teams are going to suck. Teams are going to be good. It just depends on the situations and if the hitters can adjust. And this team does not adjust. And Mateo says, does Grillmaster not accept failure? Apparently not. At least we weren't Baltimore 34 and 103. Yeah, that's sickening. Vince Jr. says, will I pick up an Xbox Series X tomorrow? with the show 21 for it. See if you can win with this team, Vince. Take the team for what it is right now. Get rid of Trout and all those other players, and let's see if you can win anything and get back to us on that. Todd, can you do a depressed Roger Lodge? There is no depressed Roger Lodge because Roger Lodge gets paid. Roger Lodge gets residuals from Blind Date, and he gets, as long as he's positive, he doesn't care what this team does. This team could be 34-103, and he could be like, "This is the best team the Angels have fielded in a long time. I'm telling you, Renifo's going to turn this corner and start hitting some home runs, and Mayfield will be hitting 300 before you know it. Right, guys? Right, James?" This is how it's going to be. Let's see. Will we ever experience the Angels of postseason? Yes, you got to have faith, man. Just like George Michael said one day. No, I think this team has a chance in the future. It's just how they're going to reconstruct this team and try to bring it back to soundness. It's just terrible at times. Yvette says there's no fight. Let the kids play. Well, that's a problem there too, Yvette. I mean, you can let the kids play as far as get playing time, but you still need to coach them up. You still need to teach them, and the Angels just don't do that. What's going to happen with Dexter Fowler? He's a great clubhouse guy, but he's a free agent, and I don't expect him to get signed back next year. Bartolo says he's getting his nachos. Reed had a raid. I looked up at the MVP odds, and Ohtani is up by a large margin. If he wins on Sunday, it may be close to a deal for or a wrap for Ohtani. And that's weird to me because I think Guerrero has been playing his ass off, and if Toronto makes a postseason, I almost think you should give it to him. But they're not, I guess. I think the international vote was going to be too big for Guerrero. Fletcher has been bad all season. He's not been the type of guy you would think that would be taking, he would be taking walks and getting on base and stealing bases, going first and third and troubling the opponents, but he's not done that. And he's swung at a lot of bad things. Fletchfax can probably check in with David, and there he is checking in with David Fletcher. Maybe he can give a what is it called, a example or what is it called, he can stick up for his boy. Please take it easy on me. I've heard it all today. Yes, you have, David. Can we get Trout's son out there in center field? Halo fan Steven says, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" Oh no, that hat, bro. Go Hawks. Rams or Bucks on Sunday? I'm going with the Bucks, Jeff. You got an old ass quarterback in Stafford. I'm telling you, he's due for a breakdown this year. And the Bucks, I know you guys beat the Bucks last year in Tampa, but I don't think you get Brady again like that. I think they're going to have another banner year this year. Unfortunately, the Bucks. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl per se. I don't know if they're going to run roughshod in the NFC, but I definitely think they're going to pull up like 13 wins. And number 3 is going to come against the Rams this week. And that's just not my hatred. I accept failure, Mateo, but not this type. Grillmaster says, at Fletch Facts, no David Fletcher. He made me sad. Halo fan says, I don't trust the Rams defense, Jeff, but I'm pulling for them. Oh, my God, I'll try. Vince says, yeah, I want to see what that team looks like on 21, dude. I'm serious. With Baltimore's record, how did Brandon Hyde get the extension? I think what they're going to do is they're going to ride it out and see how. I mean, there's no need to fire coaches and stuff like that. And maybe the young kids are like responding to them. Again, the Orioles, I know they get their ass kicked from time to time, but a lot of times they play really good versus other teams. So I don't think it's all on that coach. So we'll have to see. Randy says Artie is 80. He's only fucking a bottle of bourbon. That's true. See, Keon says, I don't know. Ohtani is very good oriented, goal oriented, and wants to be in the playoffs in the World Series. While in America, he may go to another team if he can get continue to two-way. And he would, but I think the Angels are going to throw the cash at him. They got the most to throw at him. And I think after the free agency, they're going to try to extend him this year because he'll have another year of club control after next season. And I think he wants to get paid. And that might be a selling point too. It's like wait another year to get paid or get paid now. And then Randy also says, I don't know, Stafford is McVay's system is going to be lethal. He didn't look lethal against the Colts. I think the Colts could have beat the Rams. It was Wentz being a pussy with magically he had 2 sprained ankles. both sprained ankles and was standing on the sideline and was walking fine up and down the sideline as the field was moving, and he had to take him out and put in Easton. Easton threw the pick, and that was it. So I think Wentz is a big time pussy. And the Eagles only have that Super Bowl because of the backup quarterback. What's his name? Foles. If it wasn't for Foles, they wouldn't have a Super Bowl. Let's see. 29 Blob says, did we win, guys? No, we didn't. We lost again. 0 for 3 in this series against Houston. Beckham, Aaron, Trout coming spring of 2022. I don't expect Lagares to be back, Grillmaster says. And Joseph says, I'm curious to see what the front office is going to do in the next couple of years. I am too, man. Right now they haven't done too much at all. Mateo says, I'm losing my postseason faith. I will accept the facts that we will never make. I think we'll turn around, Mateo. It might take next year or the year after, but it's going to happen. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been on fire. Yes, he has. Yvette. And then Grandmaster says, David Fletcher 6 for his last 66. How the devil is that possible? And then look, I know I'm picky about managers, but I would be happy to have Kevin Cash. Kevin Cash would be good to have. See, Fletchback says, at Grillmaster, you've said that 3 times. Halo fan says, he's due for a breakdown, Todd. Hoping for a breakdown. He is, but it's not that he's due for one. He's had one several years. Look what happened to Detroit. So, again, he fits McVay's system. I just don't think he's the end-all, be-all. They got him maybe 5 to 6 years too late. And, you'll see. You'll see, man. Give me Freddie Gonzalez. That wouldn't be a bad one, Grimmaster. Let's talk David Fletcher. Let's start a David Fletcher chain. A prayer chain for him. God, calm down. Let's see. I'll support that idea. Him getting hits. Jeff says Orioles coaching staff isn't bad. The players are really young. Yes, they are. Typical John said, hey, Todd, what's up? What's up, Typical John? How you doing? Correa or Seager, both of those guys would look sexy in the Angels uniform. Mateo says, I would take Correa over Seager because he's not injury prone. Would you throw the money at Correa? If we already had an ace, Typical, I would. I really would. Correa plays was smooth. I hate to admit, Yvette says. Wentz with the sprained ankles. I think the Angels are doing this. Can we count on the injury for us to? No, we're still 2 away. We're still 2 away. We don't need a fucking practice, Todd. Randy says, I got to pull that one out. Sounds like Todd lost money betting on the Colts. Halo fan says, no, I lost. I was bitter because my team was the only team that lost in our division. And then I was bitter because a game like that, just like the Tennessee Titans snuck up on us, the Colts had the Rams, and they let them get away with it. So, yeah, I don't like the rivals winning. So, yeah, I was bitter about that. Didn't lose money on them. Didn't bet against them. But, yeah. Another question I have is who is going to be the new permanent broadcaster, Rich Waltz or Maddie? Dude, I don't know what is going on with the broadcast thing. I mean, that's the least of the Angels' worries right now. But still, I mean, I don't know. There's been so much turnover right now up there. Also, Yvette says front office needs to do something now. Give me Freddie Gonzalez right there. That's the second one. Freddie Gonzalez is the Orioles bench coach. Yeah, you could probably get him off the bench. That's for sure. Randy says, I still love you, Sonia. Let's see. All the guys have probably experienced postseason baseball. I haven't, and that's why I'm sad. You'll get there. We'll see. We'll see real soon. Typical also says, you're messed up as a team when the Angels Instagram, the comments are only people shitting on them. Yeah, and it's hard right now to say anything positive. It is really difficult to. We are probably going to sign Freddie Galvis for shortstop. It's the Halo way. Typical John says, oh, yeah, make sure y'all buy your Chief Wahoo hats before next week when the Indians turn into the Guardians. Yeah, I got my Cleveland Indians gear, and it's going to be very difficult to get it from now on. So that's a good lookout right there. I got the 2 Indians hats from the 90s and 2000s, and then I got a couple jerseys. Because that is still one of the freshest logos out there. I know some people think it's racist, but I don't think so, dude. I think it's all right. Let's see. Grillmaster's already talking about firing Perry. Reed caught a Lugia tonight. Yeah, he's catching them all, man. He's all, gotta catch them all. And they're like, dude, shut up, Jeremy. He's like, but I gotta catch them all. And then Grillmaster says, give Perry a couple more years. Absolutely. They actually deleted my comment on the Angels baseball thing, Bartolo says. Yvette says, CJ Cron is kicking the Dodgers' asses. Yeah, and I saw some of your comments, too, earlier. Yeah, she misses him big time. Typical says, name a better duo than Paul Sereno and Hat Nachos. Oh, wait. Exactly. Signed Stroman in the offseason, Grillmaster says. We'll have to see about that. Ray and Gossman were pretty good pickups, too. There's one guy that hurts us, and that's Yuli. Yeah, Yuli, and also Grillmaster brings up Laureano when he wasn't suspended. That guy owns us. The next time David Fletcher hits a home run is the day I get arrested for streaking at Angel Stadium, Fletchback says. Yeah, he's not to be trusted with his power this year at all. So there it is right there. As I finally catch up to all the comments, it's 11:25, an extra innings loss for the Angels, as to be expected. Once they went into extra innings, I didn't give this team a chance. But then again, I was like, well, they have the bases loaded with nobody out. And then I thought to myself, yeah, that still is not a reason to celebrate. They can't score. How many times this year have we seen this team load them up just to put them right back out? So there you go right there. Halo fan Steve also says, whenever my Dodgers and Astros co-workers talk about the postseason, I immediately start talking about football. Fast Time says hello to everybody right there. Yeah, and Fast Time's on. You have a good night, Madi. She's going to sleep. Grandmaster says, I called it, though. And then ask the vendors about... Bartolo says, ask the vendors for Sorrento-style nachos. What's in Sorrento-style nachos? What is it, like the kitchen sink? Is it like when you go to, what is it called? Not Cracker Barrel, Waffle House, and say, give me the loaded hash browns, just like throw the kitchen sink in it? Is it something like that where you fry up an egg even and you throw it in the damn nachos? Is that the Sorrento nachos? Oh, man. Let's see. Todd Play, save me San Francisco. Serrano-style nachos are inside the hats outside the stadium. Oh, man. Anyone got sage and cleaned the bad mojo from the stadium? That's a shit ton of sage. Like, literally, sage, you'd have to literally get like a truck or two full and then burn that shit like incense all around the stadium, rub it all over the stadium. It would have like a burgundy glow around the entire stadium. Sereno looks like a bowl of nachos. The menu should say hat nachos by Paul Sereno for $69. Dude, that guy is a joke, man. Oh my God. Like, and then Sereno's probably bumping into your kids trying to catch the Pokemon with his app. I mean, Jeremy Reed. God, I mean, they anger me so much when I think about the hitting coaches and how they have literally cost the ball players and the organization hundreds of thousands of dollars, because you figure if a guy like Renifo would get his stance adjusted like it was in AAA when he was hitting like 357. And if he's hitting like maybe just 240, 250, there's a chance for him to win, to make hundreds of thousands of dollars more, because that's, in the end, you're playing for a contract. And they could be helping all these players, but they're not. And when you're helping these players as a team and as personally, you're gonna win some games. You're gonna fart around and win some games, and they just don't even try. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen a team and a coaching staff with an I don't give an F attitude. And Madden professes to say, "Oh, things gotta change. There's got to be a different culture. We need this. We need that to win." But where is it on the field? He doesn't show it. His actions say different. So, again, that's why I know Mateo loves Madden. But I would say right now, axe him. Fire that dude the last pitch of the game. Soon as the last pitch of the final game takes place, fire him. Just outright give him his papers. And do the same thing with 95% of that staff. And hit the reset button. Let Perry bring in his own damn people. Paul Sorrento nachos every day. Angels clubhouse needs a shrine in the locker room, like in big league. Grillmaster says, let's weigh Paul on the scale, 666 pounds. Bro, Grillmaster upgrade to an air fryer. What has 7 teeth and 12 boobs? The night shift at the Waffle House. Oh, Marty. That's a good one because that's what happens. I mean, the fights are epic there. Just Google, or not Google, YouTube Waffle House fights, and there's some good ones in there. There's one that made me laugh so hard. There was like a group of people in there, and the manager and 2 of the other cooks were fighting with like 4 other patrons. And then the guy's like, man, I'm freaking hungry. And he's, while they're fighting, one guy's recording the fight, and then he's looking at the guy on the damn fryer making his own eggs and hash browns. And he has the waffle maker he's making his own food while they're fighting. That's like the greatest thing. And he's doing it so nonchalantly. It's like so awesome, man. Only at freaking, the Waffle House. Only at Waffle House. Sereno looks like a bowl of nachos. Yes, that one already. That's awesome, dude. Let's see. Big Hammer jumped in right here. Mateo, buddy. Nobody wants Madden right there. Let's see. Typical says, why if I say big league, I meant major league. Oh, yeah, major league. Bartolo says also, I heard Artie is giving out all the bobbleheads to everyone who attends a game on Saturday. What is it? Another Mike Trout bobblehead night? Big shocker. Paul Sorrento, nacho pitching coach. That is so cheesy. Get it? But that was a good joke. Let's see. Hitting coach, my bad. Big 20 says, yeah, tomorrow's game day. I'm playing in the 5th quarter, and I'm on defense of end, and I'm going to play offense in the 5th quarter. Jeez, 5th quarter, better hope they go to overtime. Halo fan Steve says, whenever coaches, managers talk about the culture, you know it's just fluff, and the media needs to hear it. Yeah, so they get off their bats. Good point. Yvette says, week 1 made the hitting coaches look like fucking leaders of the Mesa. Yeah, he did, dude. Week 1 was incredibly good. After that, it was bad. Jeremy Reed can't read anything. Let's see. Gotta read the puns right there. Yes, I get it. Paul Sorrento, bobblehead night comes with a bowl of nachos. Oh man. Well, that's enough for tonight. It's 11:30 already, or a little past 11:30. We'll be back here for tomorrow night's loss on Halos in the Infield post-game show with your host. That is me, Toddfox. And thank you guys and gals for all the comments. We're just trying to get through this last few frustrating games and hopefully right off the 2021 season and get into a better and bigger and better 2022 season with much anticipated change. So for Toddfox and everyone here on the page, Randy and everybody, and again, if you didn't see those shirts, go back to the beginning of that because there's a lot of cool shirts, and especially, like, I'm going to show this one again that Randy came up with all these, and that's Fast Times, with all these designs, but this one is by far my favorite right here. You gotta love that, right? I mean, you gotta love that. The halo over the freaking paper bags, sell the team Artie. We deserve better. I mean, I don't even have to say anything. If I were to be wearing a paper bag and that shirt, and someone says, "Why are you wearing the paper bag on your hat? That's disgraceful." I'd be like, just read the damn shirt. That's why. And give me your reason why Artie deserves still to be the owner and why this team is still, what kind of good jobs, if this Angels are doing so good, tell me the good jobs that they are doing medical staff-wise, the upper management, the staff, the Skag situation. Tell me in your words why we're so awesome and why I'm wrong for wearing a paper bag and this shirt. Because obviously they're trying to keep the paper bag fans out if they're giving away tickets for $3 because you can't get anyone into the stadium to watch this slop that's on the field. Let's see. Bartolo says, where do I get that shirt? You have to check out redbubble.com and then type in Halos in the Infield, and you'll see all of Randy's designs. Randy is a kick-ass designer, and he comes up with some awesome stuff. And like I said, that shirt blew me away, and I love this one as well. I had to get this one as well. And this one is the Anaheim logo, which if you're talking about it, a city-to-city logo for next year, and I know the Angels will drop the ball on it, I would literally go to Randy as the Angels and be like, you know what, we need to incorporate that Disney into the city by city logo. Don't do nothing plain like the Dodgers, boring. Do something cool. And incorporating Disney would be great. But there's rights to that. But they've worked with the Angels in the past. If you guys know, the Cowboy used to go back and forth with Walt Disney and his family as far as working in the community. And there's a way to do that too if Artie really wanted to, but he doesn't really want to, because that would have him giving money to a non-Republican and also giving money to stuff that's not political that won't benefit him. And so, like, instead of doing charity work like he should, he just won't do it. Let's see. Randy is promoting a manager. Yeah, there you go, right there. The Angels need the old pinstripes right there, Bartolo says. Yeah, Randy is like, I'm telling you, I'm giving major props to this dude because he deserves it. Guy we will give him an idea and he'll nail it. Like, it's not like, because I've done logos for my page, or I ask him to do a logo for my page, and boom, he's like that. For my crime show, the true crime thing, he knocked it out of the park. First try on both logos. Who does that? Like, I had a concept. I said, hey, what about this? And can you work with that? Boom, knocked it out of the park. And then the Angel stuff, someone will be like, well, what about this? Boom, knocks it out of the park. And then he'll come up with these designs that we're not even thinking about, like that Anaheim one, like a sunset one that I showed you earlier, and the Artie thing. It's just out of his head, dude. And I'm not talking about like weeks or months later. I'm talking about like 24 to 48 hours or less. He's already putting it in our message thing for the Halos in the infield. Like, hey, check this out. What do you guys think of this? Guy is a genius. I'm just saying. Guy is a freaking genius. So all the props to you, Randy. Continued great work on this page. And if you guys have a design, he does work with people. He does charge, but nothing like outrageous. But if you need a design, you need a video gamer design, logo, whatever. If you stream, if you're looking to, if you have a brand, if you're trying to sell something and you want a catchy logo, inbox freaking Randy Fast Times. I'm telling you, that guy will not disappoint you at all. I'm just saying, that guy is coming up with some brilliant shit, and he's going to be on here with his own page. Spoiler alert. He's very funny too, and he's going to have Randy's rants, and you're not going to want to miss that. When he starts doing that, which I think is going to be next season, yeah, you're not going to want to miss that, because he's done some funny shit too. So all the props to Randy, all the props to you guys for hanging on the stream tonight. We really appreciate it. You all have a good night. And again, be back here for tomorrow night's loss, because we're taking it up the butt tomorrow in the sweep, in the 4-game sweep. So